one's the best crypto asset? Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Which one's the best crypto asset? Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Which one's the best? 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 What's the second best? There is no second best.
Welcome in to Discover Crypto. Our Chainlink bags are on fire. The market is roaring back. And today, what would we have a day if we didn't have Donald Trump going live while we're on air once again? But it actually sounds like there's a massive, massive announcement that has to do with some economic incentives that have been forced upon Americans over the past decade that might be rolled back today in terms of a specific industry. And this might actually affect Wall Street in a pretty big way. We have a lot of ground to cover, plus the confessions of the man behind BlackRock, Larry Fink, talking about Bitcoin and crypto. We got a lot of ground to cover today, but I got to introduce, we actually have a TA guest coming on here in just a moment that you all probably know very, very well. And if you don't, you better follow him. But Kelly, how you feeling, man? Today's been kind of wild. Are you degenning out still?
You know, I'm doing all right. I've been making some trades all day long, scalping Ethereum, and you could see it. Where is that at? You could see it right here. I just been in and out, going straight degen. Very small amount that I've been trading with, but 50xing it degen style, but super risk managed. And I've made about $1,000 today, just sort of chilling. Actually, a little over $1,000. You can see the
good job, man.
This is a pretty good hit rate, but doing that all in the Discord, you got to get in there. That, the link is down in the description. All you got to do is sign up with our affiliate link with 2bit or with Blowfin. Get in there. We have a quant in there providing specific trading calls, setting it all up. But I'm feeling good. The market's I feel like it's doing this last bit of little chop up, down, back around.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing some massive news about the coming few weeks. It's going to be interesting to see what Trump says today. But I feel like the spice is getting added to the soup, and everybody's about to burn their mouth because it's heating up, baby.
I'm ready for it, man. And let's cover our ground before Trump goes live at the White House in the Oval Office. Make sure to follow me at Druth Crypto, and also Kelly. Make sure to follow him on his X account as well at Kelly Kellum. Right there. You went with a new profile picture as well. You look very, very serious in that picture. You look like you're on your way to the gym.
I had an AI rendition of my face for like 4 or 5 years. And I was like, you know what? It's time to make an adjustment. And I've been in 4 or 5 Twitter spaces in the last 2 days. And every time people are like, oh man, I didn't even realize that was you. So trying to make sure people realize this is the one and only Kelly Kellum. Please.
All right. I like it.
Here, baby.
I like it. I like it. So let's cover the White House. It's going to be going live from their Twitter account. We'll refresh right before we get into the rest of the news. This is kind of hilarious, though. Rachel Maddow, a dude that we all know so well.
I should say I'm by no means a crypto expert. I'm not going to give you a lecture on blockchain or meme coins or any of that. I don't know.
She says crypto is deeply, deeply old-fashioned, simple scam.
Well, hey, Drew, let me ask you a question.
What's that?
Would you say that generally where we're at right now, that mainstream news media is considered more on the side of truth and fact, or narrative and complete bullshit your ass into a stupid narrative that's funded by?
That they've been complete trash for a while. This dude, Maddow, obviously been pretty disconnected from reality for a long time, but this is actually setting up a nice little reversal pattern for me, seeing Maddow come out here admitting that he has no idea what crypto is, but also that it's for sure a scam. And at the same time, you have BlackRock CEO Larry Fink coming out saying that he was wrong about Bitcoin and crypto. Very, very glaring public example of a big shift of opinions. Now, he's on a fireside chat with the bald one himself, Brian Armstrong of Coinbase. Now, when I talk about where money's going to flow in crypto, how could we possibly see any sort of love from institutional interest? It's not that all cryptos will rise with this tide, but Brian Armstrong, leader of Coinbase, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, these are two organizations that are based in America, though one of them has a dual citizenship. We won't get into that because we'll get banned. They are pushing the power into one direction here. And this is into crypto, real world assets, tokenization of that. And with this, the rest of the world is taking notice. We have Poland's president coming out and vetoing a bill that aimed at tightening Bitcoin and crypto regulations, opening up the gates for many of the crypto adoption that we want to see in terms of real world asset representation. While all of this is going on, I'm just slammed with massive bullish news today, and I'm feeling damn good about it because we have Paul Atkins also at the helm talking about rolling out massive real world tokenizations. This is all happening as the rest of the market considers themselves experts. And yes, they've been around for a while. They are banking on a 4-year cycle, reigning king over what institutions and governments want. And I had to call it out here this fine evening with Jakey, world's lowest IQ holder, just said the bull market has officially begun. This man is about to outtrade most of the quants out there in crypto. Alex Becker talking about inflation coming back, which is accurate. Low rates coming back again, hitting the nail on the head. You aren't getting a bear market. You're getting assets quadrupling, and everyone who risked off contracting pirate there you go. Sorry, apologies have been accepted. And Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is backing up these insane traders by saying that Democrats are panicking, confirming what is coming in 2026. We're going to see a substantial tax refund, real wage increases. He thinks that 2026 is going to be a fantastic year. And there is quite a bit to think about in this regard because of these announcements. Trump announced that he expects the income tax to be abolished soon. This would be the single greatest economic move in American history. Imagine taking home 100% of your paycheck. This is something that America needs. We cannot have a tariff tax in terms of external revenue service and an internal revenue service at the same time. That is double taxation. People like me will absolutely crash out if they go down that road.
Well, I would like to say though, there's a caveat with it. I do like the idea of no income tax and it's just a consumption tax. I think it would simplify it. I mean, it's stupid that we live in a country where, yes, I get it, taxes, I get it. We have police, we have firemen, we have roads, there's a lot of infrastructure that does need funding. But why do you need a tax? Why is tax so difficult that there's, like an encyclopedic book of regulations that you need to hire legitimate tax accountants for just to understand what you're doing? It's ridiculous. So I do stand for no income tax, but it does mean that the cost of everything else that you do will go up. But I do think it would be a lot more reasonable that you understand you spend more, you pay more taxes, you spend less. So in some ways, it actually could be potentially bad for the economy because it might disincentivize people from spending. But I'm all for anything that simplifies the tax code because I think it's a bunch of nonsense.
That is a good point. I think the economic activity will actually be I think that the velocity of people willing to spend their money, if they have more of it to spend, is going to happen. So I think that people we're built as a country of consumers. It's really kind of hard to change that culture, I would say.
By the way, do you realize that we just broke records on Black Friday, right? How much was sold? And do you realize that 95% of the money that was spent on Black Friday was financed? So it was either credit cards or buy to earn. So, and I kind of made a post about it the other day. It's like, can you really blame the consumer if you really think about it? Is it really wrong for them to do? And the reason I say that is look at their example, the US government and how stuff is spent because new money is printed and nothing is ever within the budget, right? The Pentagon has failed the audit for the last many decades because nobody can keep things in a budget. They're all spending, fake money and they print more fake money. So why would consumers do anything different?
I want to know what the chat thinks. Like, if Trump cut away income tax, do you think that would be a positive or negative for the economy? We just covered that people are out there spending at record levels on their credit cards regardless. With no income tax, they would have more money in their pockets, but you would have potentially a hike on sales tax. and revenue from tariffs coming in, but it would increase the cost of goods coming into the Americas. It is a nuanced conversation. And with the change of culture, we have things happening in Minnesota. Minneapolis, Mayor Frey says he will not cooperate with the ICE organization. Starts speaking Somali mid-speech, and I am starting to go viral for all the right reasons. This is reports that 100 federal agents were surging into Minneapolis, targeting the community there. Per the mayor, I say you got to pump those numbers up. Those are record numbers. It appears people agree with me. 484 likes on that one. It's moving with some flames. And Trump's made some comments about this as well yesterday. He said, when you come from hell and you do nothing but, then we don't want you in our country. So things on a cultural level are heating up, and we'll see how it goes. Now, this morning, a little bit wild on the charts. Let's just take a look at Bitcoin real quick. And I actually want to bring up our buddy here.
Hey, before you do that, let me ask you a question, all three of you. Do you think it would be a pretty, this is meant to be funny, but it's also, if you really consider it, do you think it would be a positive benefit for the sake of branding and psychological appeal if they changed the name of ICE and added the word national at the beginning so it was nice? Because then everybody on the left would be protesting nice.
Oh my God. You should do it. That's a genius idea, Kelly. What do you think, Crank? Is it too late to change here? Hold on, let me unmute you. Hold on, let me get you. There you go.
I think it'd be epic. It'd be the right era to do it during the Trump era. You got Doge, and then you got all these other things. You know, that'd be hilarious. You got the War Room is back. I think it'd be hilarious if they called it nice instead of ICE.
Dude,
yeah,
I mean,
I gotta give credit to Adam Carolla. I think he's the one that I saw him say that in the stand-up.
Came up with that.
You know what? That's actually pretty damn clever. How can you be mad at nice enforcing regulations that have been around through Obama, through Clinton? It's so stupid that we're dealing with this argument right now from people in the country.
Well, let's talk about our bags now. So we got Bitcoin, not looking too bad. We got this little green dot printed on the daily. Fantastic. Shout out MicroCipher. This morning, a lot of volatility, and I think, Kelly, you highlighted the reason why, but the S&P 500 did not have a great time after the release of some Microsoft news. Can you explain? I know a little bit of it, but you brought it up to me first. So I want to kind of let you explain this to the folks. What was the deal with all the volatility this morning, Kel?
I mean, it's just the heightened concern around AI potentially being in a bubble and the tech industry really driving the stock market in this sort of any bit of risk narrative that people are clinging on to right now. So essentially on that story, Microsoft cut basically their AI software sales quota. That's all it was. They cut their how much they're going to sell. It's not as much as they thought. So on that news, we saw a pretty big washout in the market. And at the end of the day, I think it's less even about what I just mentioned about the bubble fear that people have. I think because the market's is on a razor edge of hope and fear every moment, I think market makers in both traditional markets and crypto are taking advantage of that. Because why would ETH have a sell-off, or why would Bitcoin have a sell-off when it's in an asset class that is the most dominant emerging asset class globally right now? And so we're seeing a traditional mainstay on Wall Street. They might not still sell a lot, but not sell as much as they thought. So it's Bitcoin dumps. No, they're taking advantage of liquidity opportunities to poke you with fear, to get your ass to sell, to buy it from you for it to make that reversal.
Yeah, it's what it feels like. Crank, you've been on the show a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and then the week before that, you gave some really great outlooks for what you expected of the market. A lot of that is played out, but not everything. But it does seem like it's still on its way. Can you kind of give us a rundown on what you see on the charts from your perspective, brother?
Yeah. First, we want to say, man, we're glad that those the bulls are out of hibernation right now. It's good to see that they're they're popping their head out for some fresh air. So we got to see if any of this price action sticks. All right. When we have this kind of, it's been real depressing. I mean, again, we kind of called it at 107s, 108s, and then like I said, at 102s, 103s, this needs to hold. But, you know, it's good that we were due for a green week. We were absolutely due for a green. What goes down must come up. And, you know, Bitcoin right now at $93,000, it's decision time. And there's just a couple of things I definitely want to go over, because if we do end up right now, the target's going to be close to 96,000. I have 97, 90, really 96 to 98 before we get a clear rejection. If we go something like a little bit more local, like a 2-hour, Bitcoin right now with this really solid V shape, we could very solid V shape right here, but we need to see some follow through. Otherwise, we do have we can go for another liquidity hunt down below this 85 and this 80 grand. But we got to take it level by level. Bitcoin is if you guys are part of the 4-year cycle theory, Bitcoin is doing exactly what it should be doing. It is decision time literally in the next 2 months for Bitcoin to perform. I just want to remind everybody, guys, that Bitcoin November 6th through December, Bitcoin went from 69 to $100,000. Bitcoin can pump 25% in a month. And so the money has been taken out of the asset, and at any time, the liquidity could be just pushed right back in. And when we absolutely see price action like this, a short squeeze is pretty imminent. But I'm going to say that for Bitcoin, our target's $98,000 right now. If we cannot recover over 102, I'm going to tell you right now that then we have a huge probability of seeing below 80 grand again. But the other thing I wanted to say too, like when I show you guys like on a weekly time frame, this is what I mean by Bitcoin. Look at this. This one right here is November 6th. Look at this price. Bitcoin can easily do this with or without news from Donald Trump or rate cuts. QE is starting. We're not out of the clear yet, but I do think that Bitcoin's doing exactly the way it should. The other thing too, guys, take it level by level. Everyone's making exceptions for the bull run. First, it was the 50-week SMA. That's been broken down. And then I said my line in the sand was 92. But you know what? I look at previous cycles like 21, 22 here, and I see something very similar to a 21 cycle. We're going to know it's going to be in the next, for me, I don't know, man. I don't know if we're going to have an extended cycle, but I do know from the altcoins that we're going to look at over the next 5 minutes. I'm really big right now at looking at BTC pairs, ETH BTC, BNB BTC, Solana BTC.
Yeah.
And one of the best charts for me is going to
ETH
be
BTC, massive bullish divergence, hidden bullish divergence on that. So I see what you're saying, buddy.
It's huge, man. We're going to look at that next. And again, really, I would say over the next 2 days, Bitcoin cannot fall below 90 grand. We need to hold this momentum. We need to. And the other thing too is, guys, we went up to, let's just go to a 4-hour. Look at this the first time. We went up to $93,000 and everybody and their mom shorted this thing. And the Bears, the Bears won. Look, they got crushed and everyone's I have a feeling, man, this is the perfect setup for a serious short squeeze. Everyone and their mom's going to be trying to short this right now.
They won and then they got crushed and now they might get crushed some more is what you're saying.
I wouldn't short this right now, guys. This thing's holding and this is a support flip. Look, if we just kind of see it right here, it's really from the big breakdown. We're flipping it. This is huge. So I wouldn't be shorting this right now. But let's look at ETH BTC.
Yeah,
and
let's run through these pairing charts. I want to check out what these, because ETH is feeling strong right now.
We're gonna look at ETH real quick on the 3-day. And guys, this pattern right here. This is an institutional. This is just a serious short squeeze pattern right here, guys. When this happens like this is almost you could have conspiracy theorists and all this stuff and opinions. I think that these whales and this ETH ETF, they have been perfectly systematically selling off and pushing this price down, loading up. This is a huge short squeeze pattern. This is just asking to just squeeze back up to 5 grand. And I mean rapidly fast. With that being said,
how could it get to $5,000
in a week with some serious money?
God, he's asking the question that's going to be all over crypto Twitter if this does happen. There's a lot of people that are just sure themselves.
Some other charts that reference.
I have. It's going to come right here from ETH BTC. Man. Bang! It's going to come right here from ETH BTC. Again, this is almost too perfect. If this is the bottom for ETH BTC, if we look at previous cycles when, let's go to a 3-week real quick. Oops. Look at how fast this happens, guys. When this comes down and when ETH bottoms, again, I'm talking within 2 months, ETH can easily rip to $7,000, and that's our parabola. The fun's over, but it's going to be the euphoria phase, baby. This thing's it's gonna rip. And right now, the only thing that we can compare to was BNB BTC chart. When that dude got out of prison, when CZ got out of prison, that dude paid a $4 billion fine and said, you know what? I'm going to get my money back. He pumped from $350 up to $1,300. And it's almost it. We're going to do it. We're going to look at it right now. Let's go to BNB BTC. And this is what we want to see for our BTC pairs. All right, let's go just to
These charts are going to matter a lot if ETH keeps running too, like against Bitcoin. This is going to be quite incredible to see these things break out. Yeah, imagine the disbelief if this goes down. People like Jakey, like me, that are in Kelly, we're insane people right now saying that we're going to have fun in 26. Like that, when we go into a room, everyone's like, no, you're wrong.
This is what happens, guys. You do not, let me just explain something to the audience too, guys, and continue to follow Discover Crypto. Get into the Discord, guys, because when this happens, it happens violently fast. If this is your first cycle, tops are put in within a week, bottoms are put in within months. And so we are at the phase of this cycle. For me, anyways, we're gonna find out and have it answered if this is an extended cycle. But when this happens, Bitcoin does not need to put a new all-time high in. You just need that money to be offloaded from Bitcoin and rotate into your favorite alts. And look at this. When this thing coils up and it really bottoms, look at what happens. And we're getting that first green candle if we compare it to Ethereum. All right, this is let's go to ETH BTC on the bottom. Bang, right here. This is very similar to BNB. We're getting that first little breakout of this candle. We want to see this thing just head for the hills, but we want to see it just be a effing terror. We want this thing to roll. And that's where the money's going to come from, guys. This is huge. The other thing too, ETH is the only, and again, simple trading is the best trading, guys. I'm a very simple trader. Support, resistance, RSIs, volumes, fib levels. If we were to look at Ethereum right now, and we pull this fib from our bear market low, 1386, up to our new all-time high, this is almost too perfect that we came directly down to the golden pocket. And this is really what you want to see. Again, if it's an institutional asset, we're seeing Ethereum now with Tom Lee, BlackRock. Look at this. Bottom, high, perfect. It is too perfect. This thing is just designed for a short squeeze now. Let's roll. I'm excited, guys. I'm not as bearish as the first time.
And you have like SEC Atkins is out here saying that the agency of the Securities and Exchange Commission has the authority to drive forward on crypto rules and plans and unveil this innovation exemption in a month or so. We're talking about the gates being completely open to tokenize literal massive money assets and then be able to find liquidity within them. There's a reason why market makers, people that have billions of dollars want this to happen, is that it opens up the opportunity for them to sell a portion of an asset and turn it into a much more liquid asset than we could imagine. So shout out to J. Andrew 1994 for the super chat. Link and AVAX, both were the same price. For a moment there, Chainlink was a little bit more expensive than Avalanche, but the charts have been lighting up in a pretty good way. Let's see where they are at. We had Chainlink right around 1438, and then Avalanche is waking back up. It's at 1439, so they are neck and neck. Been interesting to see Stellar rise.
80% difference in market caps too, though.
Oh yeah, very different in market cap. It's just, the price is definitely a thing people pay attention to. I was seeing Stellar is climbing back up as well. Stellar's number 15, Monero number 16. Athena's was covered on the morning show. That was concerning, seeing the stablecoin flow out of Athena. But as things sit right now, we're seeing the ETFs roll out, Solana and XRP and Chainlink. Looks like Link did outperform both XRP and Solana ETF volumes adjusted for their market cap. G-Link is going pretty nuts as well. I saw G-Link's chart. Looks absolutely ridiculous. I'm not even going to bring it up right now. I'm going to make a Chainlink upload about it. But G-Link had more inflows into the wrapper on day one than the competitors. This is a very, very good sign for Chainlink's upside and the outlook of it. And now
We
we're
call
seeing
it the ERC20 unites, dude. If
What's
that
that?
it's called the ERC20s unite.
What is
If
that
that
there? Tell me about it. I haven't heard that before.
dude, so like in my channel, I tell them that the ERC20s unite. If Ethereum does this move that I'm talking about, you better hold on, because number one ERC20 is going to be Chainlink. You get ready, dude. That sucker's gonna rip. I mean, it's gonna move. So ERC20s unite, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's really like, yeah, Chainlink moves with Ethereum, but Chainlink is data infrastructure. Ethereum is the utility, the smart contract, and then Chainlink is the roadway to get from point A to point B in the new way of the internet that's being designed right now. It's, I think, in construction terms. We're going to go check out the White House as well real quick, just to make sure that we're not missing that, because I know Trump is about to take the stage. Said 2:30 it'll be coming out, so we're going to keep an eye on that for everyone tuning in for the Trump live announcement. Now we have Revolut, Europe's #1 neobank, now supporting Solana payments as well, transfers and staking. So the MiCA regulations allowing some Solana staking action and integration into what we know as money. And we also, there's so much on Chainlink. I just got to make an upload of this, but they did a deep dive report on everything Chainlink in terms of economics, TradFi, and DeFi use cases, adoption metrics, everything. And this is a very, very encompassing look into the guts of what's actually happened on Chainlink, which I do implore you to go check out. For everyone out there snooping through the weeds trying to find strong altcoins, I'm not recommend you hammer into it, but I have to cover it. Look at the G-Link chart. This is what's happening on the G-Link ETF chart. Okay, this is the interest that's happening right now in the background. Now we got to chart this out, fellas. Poverty, but in private. Zcash. Okay, there's a lot in chat that were trying to convince me to top blast this thing. I said no. I am a stubborn, non-top blasting individual. Is Zcash basically just going to fall back down to barely above accumulation levels? Because right now in the 300s, there is a lot of people in pain, but their pain is private. It's on chain, but it's private pain. What do you guys, either one of you have a Zcash analysis? Because all I see is people wanting to launder money at what they think is the end of the market. That's what I saw, but I want to get your guys.
Half and half. I think there's a lot of people doing that. I do think there's people that are buying into the narrative that it's, like even Grant Cardone, I was in a space with him. He was pretty surprised. This is how uneducated, and I'm not calling him uneducated, but this is how uneducated a lot of people in crypto are. He didn't realize that if I sent him $4 in Bitcoin worth of Bitcoin, or he sent me $5, it doesn't matter the amount. You have that wallet address and you can see the history of, basically you can map every transaction that they're doing from that wallet and all associated wallets. And so I do think from that aspect, there is probably some investment that's parked in Zcash as a speculative thing, not about, just washing payments or hiding stuff. There's realistic and legitimate reasons why you don't want every transaction you're doing to be made public. I mean, say you're KFC. If I'm buying in Bitcoin, all 11, special ingredients, because you can track who I've been paying and at what volumes, and you can see, how much spices have you. So that's a stupid example, but there's a lot of reasons why you would want to have some sort of privacy, and you can choose who can see your transactions, like a government or something. So I do think there's a use case there, but I think right now there's probably a lot more wash trading than they'd like to admit.
Straight money laundering. I mean, when we look at this chart here, guys, it's straight. I say this almost every single cycle. We're towards the end of a cycle between Monero, Zcash, and Dash, and we see it. These things, it is so prone to doing these 100% retracements, and we see it big time right now. And I'm here to tell you, this will be dwarfed. It'll look just like the rest, and then next cycle it'll rinse and repeat. I do know that a lot of the features though for Zcash just became live this year. So I know that was another big part for Zcash, but this is money laundering, dude, and nobody knew. I'm here to tell you. They didn't use Monero this time. They didn't use, like XMR. They didn't use Dash, man. They straight up attacked Zcash. This chart is nasty. Now, the other thing too, just talking about like a proper blow off top, that's a proper send off. That's it. That's a blow off top.
Yeah, we're talking about I don't think that 26 is going to. I understand why you may. There's a lot of reasons why. From a fundamental point on where liquidity needs are in the US, I've made my point a few days ago on this show. Sticking on my business, but there is something back on that Zcash. If you can go back to that Zcash, because there was 3 different impulses, and people actually might find if Zcash repeats its history, there are 3 impulses that I saw in the previous kind of initial rollout of this thing. If you back up all the way, I'm curious if you think that there's a possibility for something like that to happen again, because now what I'm dealing with is a lot of folks that I know that bought $600-700 and they're just looking for it to at least come back up so they can exit with the flat line. Like, what do you think about that?
Let's
question,
look
I
at
know,
something a
but
little bit more locally. Let's just see where it bounced. Let's see if we have any
Mhm.
confluence with this. Let's see. Yeah, dude, look at this. If it's gonna bounce, it's literally from bear market lows, bear market lows to an all-time high. I mean, again, just like Ethereum, this thing came down perfectly to the golden pocket. I would say that if it does and it has another big impulse move, I'd be launching that bad boy at probably 570s on the upside. It would look
Okay.
something like this.
Okay.
Bear market lows, new all-time high, golden pocket to the downside, golden pocket to the upside, and then it would just complete its move. Which,
Yeah.
if you look at on the weekly, let's just zoom out real quick and look at this. It did something very similar here, but I bet you this is a 786 down here. It's low. It's below. Yeah, see the 786 down here? And then it kind of, let's also pull it from the top side.
And these are what I call escape pumps.
Look, these are escape pumps. Look, again, right up into that golden pocket again. So I would say, I mean, if it does, be prepared for it, because you're not going to get another opportunity, because if it comes up here and gets a clear rejection from 580, we're talking about death, dude. This thing's going back down 100% back to $70, dude. So I'd be, if you're in this coin and you're looking for hopium, your hopium's going to be up to a move up to 570, 580. Now, if Bitcoin puts in a new all-time high in the next 2 months, again, going back to the whole money laundering theory of Zcash, they're going to need to do it again. Could this thing do another screamer up to 1,000? We never thought that it was going to go from $40 to freaking 750.
Yeah.
So could they rotate again? I want to see if just real quick, guys, if ZEC BTC exists. It does. I want to see something here. Look, guys. It's straight up money laundering. Look at this. This is straight, dude. This is people hiding their Bitcoin earnings. Look at this. This is crazy. This is BTC. This is Zcash.
Hey, what's
BTC.
the date? What's the date on the first candle impulse?
Dude, October of 25, October 27. Let's look at this too. I want to see something as well. Let's go to October 25.
Because remember, we
Let's
had the
go to
all-time
Bitcoin.
high going in the first week of October.
Straight money laundering, guys. This is like look at this right here.
There's a degree of money laundering in this for sure, but there's also the conversation that people want privacy more. I mean, because there's things happening. I didn't mention this, but Australia, on top of what's already happening in the UK, Australia is actually pushing YouTube into a global compliance mode. And so with the larger cultural moves towards control and the loss of privacy and the loss of ability to access free information, and this is where it matters to me from a ethics standpoint in crypto, because people do have a right to privacy. And now we're rolling into this, cryptographic universe, the future, and just the death of privacy is happening. And most of the bullish charts out there are, proof of stake centralized systems that have no degree of privacy. Bitcoin is completely transparent. There is no privacy within Bitcoin. And so for things like Zcash, I understand the more money laundering things that I've seen personally are meme coins. People thought that we were in this new paradigm of a meme universe, and that was actually organizations laundering money through meme coins, insiders with those bags able to take the profits and extract. So, like long term, and Zcash also is trying to make a move towards quantum resistance as well. And that's going to matter. I think that there's a nuance and kind of a middle ground we can find within,
I
I don't
think
want
it's
to just
definitely 80-20, dude, because I don't think with Bitcoin in its infancy, I still think Bitcoin's infant, man, and the crypto market is only $3 trillion. I mean,
Well,
it's
think
still in
about
its
gold.
infancy.
Remember the photo of I think it was in Australia, the photo of people lined up outside to buy gold right into the peak of gold's price. Those people that were lined up were not investors because they think gold is a great asset. They saw the price of gold rising and they go, oh, I'm going to go buy some gold because I want some profit. So I do think, I would say a substantial portion of the run up was maybe there was some money laundering, but then at the same time, you see other people seeing profit potential and they're chasing the pump, and so there's
2,400%, dude, and
price
with the market cap that went up 20. I mean, dude, because I love me a good I love me a good movie of bad people, and that looks like bad people.
Yeah, I mean, after I saw one of the devs, I'm never gonna buy it, right?
Kelly's mic is gonna whisper. I don't know.
Oh, here, I'll turn you up.
Whisper.
I'll see if I can turn you up on my end too. Let's see here. There we go.
I'm talking pretty loud, and my mic is this far from my face.
Yeah, you're pretty good. That should be good. All right. Let us know in chat if we were able to fix it.
Isn't there an auto feature on that?
Yeah, let's see here if I can turn that on. I had changed it though to match it up a little bit better. All right. So this is where two worlds basically don't meet, is because how I got into crypto was so that the government couldn't steal my money when we were inches away from tyranny actual. And so now that we see products that are rolling out, and even if they aren't perfect, they are attempting to give people a degree of privacy. And to wash it all out, as I understand that there's probably a good amount of people that are trying to escape taxes. Think about the situation the US is in. We're being taxed twice. We have tariffs and Internal Revenue Service, external and internal. Some of the countries in the EU, they are paying up to 60, 70% of their income to taxes. The country, US and the EU, are looking for an escape route. What else was crypto created for? Then to give you an escape route, right? So that I need to push back a little bit on. I do have an ethic in crypto that wants people to have privacy. Maybe it's not perfect in Zcash and I don't own any of it, but I also want people to find ways out of that position if they are underwater right now, because the chat was screaming for me to buy it when it was at the $600-700. That's
I want to meet the people in chat that are screaming to buy when there's a dip, because there's far too many freaking people in this market. Even some of you watching right now.
Yeah.
You keep trapping yourself buying hype and wondering why you're not making it. You got to buy the fear and sell the hype, man.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Let's check back in on the White House as well here while we're looking at this.
It's rounding out. I mean, I've just a quick little fire analysis on it while you're checking that out. I mean, based off of market cipher, momentum's getting weak to the downside. It's rounding out. Money flow starting to come back in from the 30 to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we're actually getting ready to cross. Momentum's getting higher. RSIs are all pointed and they're tight.
So you're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. Hit it to me real, Mary. More like 1 in a million.
The chat's bringing up some cool stuff like Litecoin. I covered the chart yesterday on Litecoin. I mean, Litecoin does not look bad. Litecoin,
I've been killing Litecoin, dude. It's a great.
Let's look at Litecoin. It deserves a look. It's one of the longest standing proof of work systems out there. It's stayed up for a while. Let's check it out. Let's see what we're looking at.
I'm liking Litecoin. I really am. Let's go out to the daily on this thing, dude. And it has been respecting this macro. I mean, it dipped just a tad bit below for the scare. Again, going back to some of these coins from the big Binance wick, I don't think that some of these get filled. You know what I mean? All the way back down. That's just, this thing went all the way down to $47. Let's just do a quick, where did this thing stop?
A snail.
Pretty close to a golden pocket here. So it's almost just like everything else right now. It's still in obviously this downtrend. We still have the clear downtrend. Target to the upside is going to be that 110, 115. It's always where it's just been getting stalled. On a more local level, like on a 4 hour, V-shaped recovery. We got to see the follow through here, or this thing is going to roll over with Bitcoin. 93 is the big number. But on the flip side, though, if it does end up breaking out, I'd say that again, I'm almost positive it's going to be $100. $100, man, on the big pump. If we end up seeing that 96 to $102,000 Bitcoin, get ready for some Litecoin. The position for it, I would say, is right down in here on this breakout retest. You guys can see right here. Again, we broke down. We're breaking out, retesting this. So now you want to see this thing roll out, just like that.
What's interesting while we're breaking out, the bad news didn't really stop. Look at this. So the 30-year government bond yield on Japan's bonds also surged overnight, and the 2-year and the 10-year were the surges that we saw that caused that. I think it was Monday, massive. It was like Sunday to Monday, a massive rollover, and pushed us back under $90,000 on Bitcoin like that, like no problem. We see the 30-year rising, and Bitcoin and crypto just didn't care this time, which was a really, really good sign to me. We saw, as we covered earlier with Kelly explaining, the Microsoft pullback there for a moment. We're seeing a few kind of bearish things come out like this. The ADP private payrolls unexpectedly fell by 32,000 jobs in November, and they gained 10,000. A gain of 10,000 was actually expected. So this is a 42,000 job swing on economic expectations, pushing the Fed basically into having no choice but to cut rates again.
Hey, Drew, how long do you think it's going to take for jobs numbers to be thrown out from the Fed's consideration for the economy, being that AI is probably going to start to pretty aggressively make that number? They're not even going to want to show that number. It's going to be like minus 100,000 jobs this month, minus 75,000, minus 620. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are they going to contend for that if that's part of their mandate?
Dude, that is such a great question to bring up, because as these Mag 7 continue to grow in their value, they're going to have less and less people necessary in aggregate. As the bigger AI gets, the less people are going to be necessary to complete that work. And where is that breaking point? Where do they no longer even include the jobs people actually have with how the economy is doing? That is such an interesting.
It's going to be just like inflation. If hamburger meat might be down, but sirloin's still skyrocketing, they're behind the doors. They're saying, "Hey, add hamburger meat this week and keep the eggs out, keep the sirloin out."
And they've been doing that for their inflation data, for sure.
For sure. Right. So they're going to do the same. They're going to hide that. There's no way you're going to be able to say, dude, that's like, because that one, the analytics to that is bear market recession talk. When you start getting up into that 4 or 5%, they can't do that. They can't say
I got to answer Kelly's question, though. He asked me a pointed question. I'd say 2030, Kelly. I'd say by 2030, people's jobs and the numbers of how many people are working aren't going to matter. By then, we'll probably be to UBI. We'll probably be to, well, they'll call it a universal standard income, because UBI, universal basic income, is already gross. That's already kind of a weird word for people to hear. So I'd say probably 2030. What do you say? Crypto Crank, give me a day. Give me a year. When do you think they're going to just stop caring about how many people are at work? Crazy question.
I would have to say, because it's so, and this is the exponential era. Every era is called something different. We're in the exponential era. I think you're probably right, dude. 2030, 2033. I think those adjustments are going to be made pretty much the next 5 to 8 years, man. It's going to be, again, radically. I mean, just look at the difference from 2014 and now. That's 10 years. 10, 11 years. So I would say probably the same, maybe even a few years faster than that.
It's almost like a time frame of economic singularity. Kelly, you asked the question. It's a very good question. When do you think, if ever?
I mean, based on the way things have gone the last 6 years, I got no idea. I mean, the lies that they tell us about inflation, cutting out key things that nearly everybody in America needs or utilizes on a daily or monthly basis. They cut those numbers out because their inflation is too high and they don't want that to skew the metrics. I don't know. I think there's two likelihoods. One, they stop using the jobs report as an economic metric for the Fed by 2030. That seems reasonable. Or they start using some absolute bullshit malarkey math where they go and they actually start counting agents. You know,
that would be funny, right?
So
By then, there's gonna be billions of agents too.
Yeah. I don't really know. It's we're in a very, I don't think people realize, because everything is we're complacent in the times we live in. We don't realize that my grandfather is 103 years old, or I'll be 103 in a couple days. He was the first house, their house when he was born was the first house in 25 miles that had a light bulb. They had a light bulb and basically dirt floor in their kitchen. That's how far we've come, right? To where now people complain about life. And I understand we all need to have equitable, good life, but we don't realize how good we have it in the Western world. If you have a roof, you have a mattress, and you have food that you can eat throughout the week, not even daily, you're doing better than most humans in all of history. And yet we're like, but I don't have what that girl posted on Instagram. I might, we need to stop being bitches. Yeah. We need to realize we have an incredibly good life. We have incredible opportunity, and things are changing at a pace. It's like what we saw with the invention of the railroad, and then train cars, and then the Industrial Revolution. All of that took place over 150, 170 years. We're doing in the course of, we're probably already 60 ways through that in the last decade. So, and things are accelerating because of AI. So what does that mean over the next decade? It's going to be another 60 to 70 years worth of advancement and change, like we saw in the late 1800s and early 1900s. So I think we all need to do our best, not just to educate ourselves on lines and charts and where to buy and where to sell on crypto, but also how do you have applicable skills beyond what was needed yesterday, but will be needed for tomorrow.
Yeah, these are things we're talking about. I mean, this is a good conversation, and really, I see everyone piling in for the Trump speech. We are keeping an eye on that. He has not taken the stage yet. As soon as Trump takes the stage, we'll pop on over to that. But these are things that we're talking about that really matter for what the use case is, how much people's input into the economy is going to be there. These are things that we need to discuss. And you said something that I actually was talking about this with my wife last night, Kelly. It's like, we're surrounded, our fridge and our pantry are full of all of this wonderful food, and we have electricity and all of these wonderful things. We live better now as average people than kings did, 1,000, 2,000 years ago.
I mean, when's the last time you went to go to work or to get food and you got chased by a freaking cheetah? You know what I mean?
If ever. I've never been chased by a cheetah.
In the Western world, the only time we're really part of the food chain is when we're like, hey, let me pay to go to another country and go on a safari. Or let me be a dumbass and, not have any of my protectionary equipment with me and go hiking by myself in the middle of Alaska for a week and get eaten by a bear, right? It's because you chose to be there. We live in such a pampered world that and I'm telling myself this too, that sometimes we forget what we have and where we're at because we're looking at social media where we are so much more exposed to all the other things that people have that we forget to look at what we have and take account of the love, the life, our friends, our health, our family, food. You can choose. Do you want your steak medium, medium rare, medium well? What kind of burger do you want? It's have it your way. Oh my God, you put mustard on here and I asked for ketchup. I am going to be mad because this is some bullshit nonsense. I'm getting real today, everybody. I'm tired of seeing people complain, being Karens. I expect that you don't deserve a damn thing. You've got to carve out your future, and you do that not just with crypto and no. You have to do it by being kind to people along the way, by stepping out of the way, by realizing nobody's cutting you off in traffic. If you ever think somebody cut you off, you are an asshole, because nobody drives on the way to work and says, you know what, that guy behind me, I'm going to cut them off. No, they're changing lanes and you are behind them. We need to take account of what we have and figure out what we can give to the world around us.
Yeah, the chat is just going off about cougars.
Now, are you happy that my mic is louder? I'm going to
I'd also say to you guys, the opportunity right now with the AI and the tools to get access to knowledge. If you guys have just a little bit of in you to give it a shot, no matter where you're at in the world, if you have a cell phone and a connection, the opportunity is endless for you. So you
Yeah.
know what? I loved hearing you say all of that, Kelly, because you know what? We are in this opportunity in this generation, guys. This is like the early 2000s, the 90s. Are the boomers, man. Everything they touched, nothing could go wrong. And we're at the stage of this game all over again. But in our, I'm 34, about to be 35, and this is a killer opportunity in this exponential age to just you have knowledge at the hands of your phone, and opportunity is just surreal right now with the tools that we have. So I do keep up. You guys follow the right channels, listen to the right people, and I'm telling you, man, it doesn't matter what age you are. They say that our life expectancy is longer. If you're 50 years old right now, man, you have an opportunity to hit it big. If you're 18-year-old doing this,
wipe away the FOMO, wipe away the fear of missing out, because there is so much. Like what do we have? We have crypto, we have quantum computing, we have AI. Now we're going to have nanotechnology, medical advances. All
quantum
of these
defense
things are coming.
Quantum defense
what was that?
Huge. Quantum defense.
Quantum defense, exactly.
It's massive,
nuclear energy.
Yeah,
there's all kinds of things.
I mean,
we
just entered a probably 15-year overwhelming construction and energy boom. So even I think one of the issues that we have is the blueprint of our culture, especially in the U.S. College good, if blue collar bad. Now you go to college, you go to Harvard, and 30% of the people that are graduating can't get a damn job, and if they are, they've been sculpted into some nonsense. I don't want to say bogus, but nonsense degree. And the reason why I say nonsense, because you're spending $200,000 on the chemistry of rocks outside of Albuquerque. Well, you're not going to get a job that's going to be able to pay that back. Meanwhile, you got people that went to trade schools that perfected the craft, started businesses in construction, in drywall, in painting, in energy. All of these things. I mean, we're seeing a massive boom where people are getting six-figure jobs in these sectors you're not part of. No, screw that. Make money doing something you're good at and you're passionate about, and figure out how you can put those savings into an investment vehicle that will expand it. In my case, that's Bitcoin and crypto, and maybe a couple energy and nuclear and those kind of stocks as well. But I think we all need to take more of an account of the opportunity we have and capitalize. What is my move today to move 1%? Not why am I not there yet?
One of the crypto projects that kind of overlapped with AI, which has been pretty strong so far, is Betensor Tau. I do want to, while we're talking about this, crypto and AI are meeting a juncture where there will be some crypto-based AI projects that I think have good upside. There's many that I think are never coming back, but Betensor Tau is one that I've been watching.
You're about to have the halving too.
It's about to have a halving as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Crank, have you been looking at Betensor Tau at all? What's your perspective of it? Because I'm just
one of my community members, he really trades it. He loves trading it, dude. That and Betensor Tau and Aave two that he just pummels. I was going to bring up one other thing is Circle Stock, guys.
That's
we were calling this.
Too.
Whoo, $68 back to listing price. I'd say Circle Stock, guys. Gemini ain't going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those guys, Circle Stock, and then same thing with Gemini. Both of those two, I'd be looking at these, but this is killer. But let's look at you said Tau.
Yeah, let's check out Tau. Circle, I think, is a buy. I mean, it's come back down to basically release prices right now. So, people that are strong-willed, they're going to be able to pick up a bag. I'm buying some. I'm banning people in the chat. Let's check out, what does Tau look like from your perspective here?
It's almost very similar to Litecoin, man. This thing it's ready for a squeeze. I mean, this is just another perfect scenario. This pressure, dude, it's time for these alts. It's either time to break on out of here, or it's gonna free fall, dude, down to another 50%. You know what I mean? Down here.
Feel the pressure.
Let's look at it a little more locally here.
The bears are dead.
This did it, and this they didn't do the V-shaped recovery like up here. So I think it's even got at 300. Did you guys notice that almost all the others on this V-shape are right up in here, ready to back test that? So it hasn't done that yet. So I think you might have a little bit more play in it, man. I know. Again, this thing ripped hard too, though. This thing. It's down 50% right now.
It walks to the beat of its own drum, it seems, and it's done that for quite some time. So, this is one that I'm watching. You know, this is one that I'm watching. We're keeping an eye out on Trump as well. We're waiting for Trump. Maybe he got too tired to get on stage here. Let's go over this. We're waiting for him to go live. Potential Tau is something that, you know, if I see that chart go down into the 200, like I want low 200, mid 200s, you know. It's kind of a game plan for me. Potential Tau, I think, is gonna, it's got one of the chances to exist next market. And that's where my mind's at right now. Like, I'm not trying to go speculate on everything in the top 200. Really looking for something that has staying power and longevity. You know, so that's kind of where my minds went with this aerodrome play, with this Chainlink play, with the even Morpho.
And Plume.
What is your idea? What is your opinion of Plume? Because Plume has fallen.
It's dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I know our boy DeFi Crypto, I love him, but I'm gonna tell you, I will buy those tokens next cycle. I'm not participating with them next cycle, and the only reason being, man, is if the utility is there. If it's really gonna be something, guys, I hate losing money, and this cycle in particular has been an institutional cycle, and we could see where the money's going between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Chainlink. I want to see, dude, these new tokens need to get battle tested. I'll buy them next cycle, and I want to see what the real floor is on Arrow, Plume, and Morpho. Plume looks like dog shit.
Yeah, I mean, Plume fell off the wagon here. It's
Plume
like 2 cents
awful.
or like 1 cent or something like that. Let's look at it. Let's see if it got any love from this pump.
Nothing.
Check it out. Nothing. No love from the pump.
I mean, this thing is. And remember, Binance Wick, look, it's here. This is ugly, dude. I'm not touching any of these, dude. I don't even care if I get to. I will proudly miss a 700% pump, dude, and take my 2, 3, 4x on something with better risk management, like a Chainlink going to 50 to 80, or an Ethereum to 7, or an AVAX to 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And same thing. Let's look at Arrow real quick, man. 'Cause everyone loves Arrow. I keep saying 30 cents again. It's in this huge accumulation range. 50
cents. Right, I'm looking for 50
You know what I'm
cents.
saying? Right here, 50 cents would be the bottom right there. 30 cents is right below it. I want to see this thing get battle tested, dude. I'll happily buy it next cycle if there's a coin, a base token that's going to be, you know, it's hard for me, guys.
Did you know that there's actually a base token coming? Do you not know that?
Yeah. That's what they say. I think it's a conflict of interest. You have Coinbase stock. I think that's a huge conflict of interest to have.
You have JP Morgan stock, and they're rolling a token out.
Well, that's because I think it's going to be a stable coin. It's not going to be a token. It's going to be a private stable coin.
Yeah,
for banking. I don't think they're going to have a token that fluctuates in value, right? I don't think they're.
The only reason they didn't is because the SEC was
conflict of interest
problematic before. Now the SEC is non, and the SEC
Let me ask you.
Yeah,
go ahead. Do you think that having a Coinbase token is totally conflict of interest with Coinbase stock?
No, I don't, because you have two different worlds. You have the crypto investor world and you have Wall Street. Now they are trying to be hybridized through the ETFs, but Coinbase already has a stock. If they roll out a token, the token is actually something that crypto natives have been more interested about. JP Morgan's already slapped a $34 billion valuation on the base network as a whole. The only spot where you can kind of speculate on the base network in a more generalized area is Aerodrome for the time being. So
what about Uniswap? Because battle tested, we look at Uni. I'm just telling you right now, Uni's powerful, dude. Uniswap, I'm a fan of Uniswap. I mean, and this looks solid. I would say that this is back down towards the bottom. Look at this. We're back down towards the bottom. I would say I would take this bet on Uniswap. Just me personally. This massive bear market accumulation range down in here. We're in it. I would say that, and Uni's powerful, man.
They are. It's an app that's been around for a while. This is something I think is going to be around for a while. I've never had the mindset that Uni was basically going to disappear. There's a lot of users on it. So that's something that actually that's seeming like it's defending the hell out of that support line right there. What is that support level with the bottom line there?
460
460?
bear market lows, other than like the two dips right in here and the Binance. I don't ever include this Binance $19 billion wick, but dude, anything down below in this, I would say is, and it battle tested again. When I'm talking about some coins that has the utility, been through the bear market, battle tested, it's still favored, man. It's still popping off really strong. So,
and it's been a tough cycle to really hit the nail on the head for folks, because like we had, remember the World Liberty Fi basket of bags that they were buying? You remember those?
Well, I participated in it, dude. I participated in all of it. Got the
in the World
1.5
Liberty Fi
cents.
token.
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about what they bought. They bought Athena, right? And Athena has not been doing well. And we actually covered on the morning show that stablecoin activity is dropping heavily on Athena. So I have
Athena
kind of a
pulled up right
systematic
now.
worry about Athena right now. Can we look at that real quick?
Yeah, it's if you're a believer in Athena, it's right now. This is it. If you get one more dip, this is it. So if you're hot on one of these new tokens, now I do think if we do see the alt season in the next 2 months, or sometime next year, then I would say, you know what, if you guys are believers in Plume, Morpho, Athena, me personally, compared to all three of those, it just came out again, I'd go to Wormhole. I'd still rock out with Securitize and Wormhole. I would take a gamble on this. If you guys want a flyer, I would take Wormhole. And you can see here, I'd take Wormhole on this. This looks just as bad as everything else, but at least I know for sure Securitize, Blackrock, these guys are rocking it out.
Yeah,
they just brought it. I just read another something with it.
Bringing up Chainlink in the chat, it's like Chainlink was easy for me to buy at $1.90. It was easy for me to buy at $5. And now I got a bunch of Fairweather fans, which I feel like are coming in and they're like, yeah, it's great. Now the White House is talking about it and everything, but the price hasn't moved to the degree you would think it would have. There's a lot of things beyond crypto in terms of data that I understood last cycle about Chainlink before it ran up to 50 some odd dollars. Now it's really at this spot. I feel like this degree of higher lows. What do you feel like in terms of Chainlink's price action? Like, let's say that I'm right and that 2026 is good. Where do you think Chainlink could go from the spot it's at right now? Let's just, for the devil's advocate in your mind, where could Chainlink go if Drew is correct and we have a good time in 26?
We are going to look at one metric real quick, and this is going to be on CoinMarketCap, and let's go to Chainlink. What most people don't know, again, token supplies and market caps. Let's just take a quick peek at it. All-time market cap, guys. We were very, very close to all-time highs. All-time highs was 20 billion. We were up at 17 billion.
Right. And the price
I would
hit like $30. Previous
33.
all-time high was like 50 some odd dollars, right?
53s, yep. And I think I showed you guys I was, I had a massive, I bought 200 grand, dude. I think I showed you guys that. I bought $215,000 worth of, we'll come over here, and I'm a Chainlink believer, man. Let's, again, we came down and let's see. We had a massive purchase. Where was this?
Yeah, you're buying clips like 15K or something like that at a time. Yeah, that one.
200 grand, dude.
Yep.
Bought freaking 200K worth of this. I bought 15,000 pieces as a whole. I'm a chain, but here's the thing. I do not think that I want to sell it. Dude, it owns 62% of the marketplace. It does have the backing with all the banks. It's Athena and Swift, or Linea and Swift, and Chainlink. It's really sad though that if you guys are frustrated with Chainlink, there's got to be a bigger reason, because obviously if XRP would have got this news, XRP would have ripped to $6. You know what I mean? Absolutely. XRP jumped to $100 billion. Dude, XRP jumped a market cap, went up to $100 billion
is
in
a
a week.
$450 billion market cap. That's a $500 billion. I doubt that retail has the juice to get XRP to $500 million.
I agree. So going back to your question, if Drew's right, and it works and it runs the system. And also BlackRock is planning to do the tokenized stock market in Texas, right? Everything's going to need, all of those are going to be on chain. All of those, Chainlink's going to be the oracle to do it. I'd say $100 billion market cap in probably the next 3 to 4 years, the next cycle, 100 billion. And then I would consider Oracle. Do you guys know Oracle stock is almost at $1 trillion? I think it's not crazy to think that Chainlink can become a $300 billion tech company.
Yeah.
Which puts the price right around 560 is what I come up with.
I mean, I would have sold long ago before that. But,
well, it just depends. But like me personally, the way I redid my portfolios for this year was, how much do I need to make $1 million? How much AVAX? How much Solana? How much do I need to make a couple $100,000? Instead of trying to hunt for the arrows, the plumes, the morphos, these projects, my insurance policy for my portfolio is I'm willing to hold it if I'm wrong, and it's not our time to have an alt season. So I am very comfortable holding my Chainlink bag. I'm going to hold it. With what I bought, I just need that son of a gun to go to $60, dude. And I think I'm going to $60-$70, and that puts the market cap at what is that? 60-70 billion. It's 10 billion right now.
Yeah.
So if we touch $60-70 billion market cap, dude, we'll get that $50-$60, and I'm out. I don't care.
Because you have your own goal. You get what you want out of the investment.
700-800 grand. That's
I don't know what the hell the goal is with this White House.
I don't even know. I think, I mean, I don't even think it's worth staying on. It's like, I'm looking, I don't see any news or tweets or anything else about it. So
hopefully he didn't have like some medical thing. It doesn't look like he's coming on right now. So we'll let it be for the time being, but I think it was a pretty good conversation. Right now we're in a situation where top blasting will cause extreme pain. Let's learn lessons. We were top blasting charts. Just be careful out there, you guys. There is something happening in crypto, in the way we know finance. It's going to be okay. Kelly, are you still ripping in and out of those trades? Your eyes are,
I'm about to pee on myself, so I'm ready for you to wrap it.
All right. Well, don't do that. Well, I appreciate you guys for coming on. Crank, thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate you. Go get live, and don't pee yourself, Kelly. I'm
going to go live, guys. I'm going to be doing the scalp and chills. I'm going to get some lunch, dude, and then I'll do the scalp and chills probably later tonight if you guys want to tune in. We're going to do some live trading. Make sure to get in. I'll let everybody know inside of the Discord. Get in the Discord, guys. Now's the time to be violent with your education.
Links down there in the bottom.
That's right.
Links. Yep. Check us all out.
We just wanted to take a quick second to shout out our sponsor, Arculus. They are a cold storage hardware wallet, helps you secure all of your digital assets for the future. Just tap this thing to the back of your phone and boom, you're in. We wouldn't be able to do this without them, but also wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, the Disco fam. You've supported us a lot over the years. If you want to support the channel now, just use the code DC20. It gets you 20% off this card. It's the #1 way you can support this channel going forward. Thank you for your support. We'll see you at the top.